Dear friends, AZADI ka AMRIT MAHOTSAV on August 15th, 2022, India will celebrate its 75th Independence Day. To mark the event, the Government of India is organizing several events under AZADI ka AMRIT MAHOTSAV with the theme Nation First, Always First. The government also aims to hoist 200 million tricolors to mark the special occasion. Every part of India will be celebrating the 75th year of independence. This day is very special for all Indians, those who are living in the country or elsewhere, the diaspora Indians, the NRIs. On this day, our Prime Minister will address the nation from the Red Fort in New Delhi. This celebration of August 15th and hoisting the national flag and addressing the nation with the Prime Minister started by Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of independent India, and continues till today. This year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the nation on Independence Day. Now, this is an occasion for us Indians to look back, as Prime Minister urges us to look back our freedom struggle. Pre-independent history tells us that the Purna Swaraj, complete freedom resolution, was adopted in the year 1929 at Lahore session of the Indian National Congress. The Indian National Congress shifted to its demands for complete independence from its earlier goal for a dominion status. The resolution was adopted as the talks between Lord Irwin and Indian delegates failed. Britishers wanted to grant dominion status to India. Indians, represented by Mahatma Gandhi, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Tej Bahadur Sapru, wanted nothing else, nothing other than complete freedom. As the delegates failed to reach any conclusion, Indian National Congress decided to demand for only complete independence and chose January 26, 1930 as the first Independence Day. It's good to remember the history of the growth of the freedom movement under the great visionary leadership of our freedom struggle. After Indian National Congress adopted the resolution, Nehru, on December 29, 1929, hoisted the national flag on the banks of river Ravi in Lahore. I quote his words, Nehru's words. He says, "The Congress is holding its most momentous session and is going to take a great step forward in the fight of the country's freedom." Since then, till 1947, India celebrated January 26th as India's Independence Day. It was the same date on which, later on in 1950, India adopted the constitution and became a republic. We celebrate this day, that is 26th of January, as our Republic Day. Then, how and why August 15th chosen as India's Independence Day This may be the natural question arises. After years of struggle, the Indians forced the Britishers to give up their colonial power over our country. The British Parliament then gave the mandate to Lord Mountbatten to transfer the power to India by June 30th, 1948. Mountbatten, as all of us know, was the last Governor General of India. But Indian freedom fighters objected to the delay in granting India independence. They put as much pressure as they could through public participation. Every Indian, no matter which religion or which culture, which ethnicity, which language he belongs to, he supported for complete freedom. Mountbatten decided to advance the date, therefore, to August 15th instead of June 1948. August 15, 1947 was chosen. He justified it by saying that he did not want to see bloodshed or riots on this day. Mountbatten chose August 15th as the date of the Indian independence to also mark the second anniversary of Japan's surrender in World War II, the Second World War. In his own words, I quote Mountbatten from Freedom at Midnight. Quote, "The date I will choose came out of the blue. I chose it in reply to a question. I was determined to show I was the master of all event. When they asked if we had set a date, I knew it had to be soon. I had not worked it out exactly then. I thought it had to be about August or September. And I then went out to August 15th. Why? Because it was the second anniversary of Japan's surrender." Unquote. After Mountbatten's decision, the British House of Commons passed the Indian Independence Bill on July 4th, 1947. It was decided to establish two separate dominions of India and Pakistan. On 75th Independence Day, we need to pause. Take a look at the fast-growing India in the world and to be proud of our great nation. India is the cradle of civilizations and cultures. We have the oldest languages. We have great literature, civilization monuments, and a great tradition of harmonious coexistence of all religions and cultures, ethnic and linguistic groups. Someone said, India is a miracle, a wonder, a place of oneness of all. We have a value of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, oneness of all. No matter which culture, which ethnicity, which language, which country you belong to, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, we believe in oneness of all human beings. Humanity is one. That's what India teaches us. Atithi Devo Bhava is our way of life. We welcome everyone. We welcomed every culture, every religion from world over to India. And they all found a place in India. We have Satyameva Jayate as our motto. We have come a long way, marked tremendous progress in every sphere of life. Democracy is our chosen path of governance. However, we need to realistically look at and work on several areas for a holistic growth. Our progress cannot be limited to only a section of people. It must reach out to all. Poverty is a serious issue in our country even today. I quote from Gandhiji. Gandhiji says, "Poverty is not God-given. It is most definitely man-made. No one is born poor. Society makes one poor." In fact, Gandhiji called poverty a moral collapse of society. It is very evident that someone amasses wealth and becomes so rich at the cost of others only he can be rich. And Gandhiji believed that the roots of poverty lie in what he called the 7 social evils. We have issues to pay immediate attention. Several issues we need to look at. Apart from poverty, we have unemployment. Several of our youth are unemployed. Many of our people are migrating to other nations because they do not have enough opportunities in India. Flood mismanagement we have seen recently. Political arrogance, those who are in power, whichever party, always arrogantly dealing with people's demand. We have a growing majority and minority communalism. If people are divided, no progress will take place. Remember, insurgency in many places is a threat to our nation. Agrarian catastrophe. We have suicides of farmers, debt burden, falling prices of produce. No doubt India's farm economy needs a revival. It is in turmoil. We have to look at the water shortages in many places, while some other places simply floods. So water scarcity is a nightmare. We need to work on it. Fake news menace is growing in India. We are living in an age of fake news. We also must look at a pending justice. Delay in justice is denying justice to people. So pending justice, our courts are not working as fast as they are supposed to be. In many of our states, policing is a horror. Poor policing. People should be friendly. Police must be people friendly, like Jan Maitri police. Corruption. I call it corruption is a virus, more fast spreading and more harmful than even COVID-19 virus. It is an endemic spread in India. Illiteracy is still continue to be an issue in India. We have 75 or 74% of people only considered as be literate. And therefore our education system needs a revamping. And I hope NEP 2020 will take this part seriously. The area we need to look at urgently, earnestly is healthcare system and basic sanitation. Healthcare system is a very, very important area we need to look at as basic sanitation. We have seen during the pandemic period how poorly managed healthcare system we have. We must learn lessons from it and work out a very strong healthcare system for its people. As I said, poverty, definitely we need to work out a solution for it. We have, with the arrival of the pandemic, suddenly a jump of poor people below the poverty line from 59 million to 139 million. We earnestly must work out against pollutions of all sorts: air pollution, sound pollution, water pollution, soil pollution. Every areas we need to work out. Women's safety, the increasing number of violence against women and children must awaken us. We must work against violence, any sorts of violence, especially against women and children. We need to work out infrastructure. We need more rail lines, highways, and waterways and airways. Infrastructure of all sorts we need to work out. But the hope is what Prime Minister said the other day. I quote Prime Minister, he says, "We have to celebrate this festival of 75 years of independence by taking 130 crore countrymen together. Public participation is the core spirit of this event. The country cannot progress in denying anyone's contribution. The country goes forward by accepting and respecting everyone's contributions, and we want to follow this mantra." I hope not only on the day of independence, 75th independence, but every day we must work for this. We must keep this mantra. And Prime Minister also says, freedom struggle, ideas at 75, achievements at 75, actions at 75, and resolve at 75. We have to move forward with these 5 aspects. All these should include the ideas and feelings of 130 crore people of the country, said Prime Minister Modi. I think these awakens us. I think these words of Prime Minister set the tone for us to celebrate India's independence together. Let all Indians be together. As we celebrate the AZADI, let's resolve to make a better India, an India where all find happiness, prosperity, peace and joy. Let us start celebrating Independence Day that liberates us from narrow boundaries of nation, race, caste, creed, gender, and any source of divisions. Let's all together repeat the same words of Rabindranath Tagore on the 75th day of 75th anniversary of India's independence. AZADI ka AMRIT, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out of the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. I wish you all a very happy Independence Day, AZADI ka Amritotsav. Let us all celebrate. Let us all resolve to build our nation a progressive, powerful, peaceful, loving nation. Happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.